Alright, let's try this thing. It's been a while, so we'll see. And this thing, alright, Beep Boy Plus. Welcome to the Beep Boy mechanics. Alright, hopefully it's not too different from the vanilla game. We have Doki's Buddies, which is a protectoron. They are fairly well trained, which is good. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see what we can do with our civilian factories. Oh, first of all, research. Which group are we in? Tech level. So it would seem we're in tech level. Alright, this is interesting. So it's different for each specific industry. We have pipe guns production possible, which is good. Basic weaponry is ahead of time. 2 years, wow. Is there support equipment? Enable support equipment. Yes. Okay, now let's do that. Specialized doctrines, air. Production costs of this equipment will double if the production screen upon researching it. This is to trick the AI into researching plain tech. Production cost of this equipment will double in the production screen upon researching it. This is to trick the AI into researching plain tech. Okay, I'm confused about that. Yeah, but that's not what I want. Oh, right. Engineering and industry. Here we go. Research speed plus 2%. Secret language. Appeal to refugees plus 2%. Yeah, let's do this thing. Industry. Production efficiency care, production efficiency growth, document output. Max factory in a state plus 5%. Construction speed and factory repair speed plus 5%. Yes, please. Robotics. So we have Protectron, we have Heavy Lifter, which is a combat robot, support, specialized alloys. This is all ahead of time. Scrap motorcycle. For motorized infantry. Basic caravan equipment is researched. Oh wow, this thing is huge. Alright. Division training time minus 3% is actually quite nice. Crowd control gear, enforcers. Scout kit, stripped power armor. Basic power armor. Special Forces platoon. Execution plane containing the researched unit if there is none present. Naval warfare, outsider warfare. Wait. Oh, we have automated warfare. We can go for human targeting firmware. +5 organization, yes please. And we have another slot. I'm confused. Ores. As annoying as it may be for our crew, ores seems to be the best way to move our future craft as of now and ensure our capability field navy. Well, I don't think navy is a priority. So I can't do this thing. But I can do naval. Have guns. Defense, breakthrough, organization, recovery rate, riot gear. Special forces. Alright, let's unlock the scout gear, scout kit. Free dockyards. We have a dockyard? Where? Oh, right here. Right, because in this game you can actually navigate the rivers. Well, right now we don't have any navy stuff unlocked, so let's do convoys. Maybe those will come in handy for some trading. In the meantime, right, I can produce some pipe guns. And basic caravan equipment, which is used probably for convoys as well. Interesting. Commercial Protectron. No upgrades for either of you. Defense 10, breakthrough 6. Breakthrough 12. 25, 24, 12. Loses energy. Okay, so those things actually require way more resources, so I'm not sure we can afford to. Advanced components, circuitry, composite, scrap metal, energy. Well, actually it seems we are fine on energy right now. I don't know. Let's switch to heavy lifter. We'll see. Oh, right, we need to choose a national focus. Okay, the tree is not the biggest one, but still. Gifts for the fourth of our forefathers. Our forefathers were simple yet wise men, working the land and seeking a better living for their children. Their hard work and determination gave us a nation, and for that we will be forever thankful. Right. Let's start on that. Production policies. Wow. Doctrines available. No, they are not. Naval doctrine. Yeah. I think this is not working correctly. No divisions in basic training. Doc is best ranked. So you would need both combat robots and support robots. You need only support robots. Militia requires infantry equipment. Which we are still not producing. Infantry equipment. So this should be okay for infantry. I think the way to go is do that. Oops. Commercial and heavy. So we'll start working on some pipe guns. Modify government. Yeah, I don't think I have any points for that right now. So civilian factory. Naval base. We already have a naval base here. Poor supply situation over there. Alright, okay. Let's start building a civilian factory in Lamar. And then we'll see. Decisions available. Military signing bonuses. What's our manpower? 1.5k. Right, I think in this mode war manpower is much less. Civil backstory decisions. Alright, let's disable this for now. I think this thing is broken. Right, I have some infantry equipment in production. Unit 72 pieces. Oh. Which I'm kind of fine with. I don't think I'm gonna necessarily produce them right now. Oh, we can start training one guy. see what happens. CAPS update. CAPS has again expanded in the 3.2 update. With a focus on quality of life and optimization, the state node view and global node map has been overhauled to assist you in picking the most lucrative trade routes. In addition, trade income has shifted slightly probably, with more trade flowing around the wastes, with less of it while less of it is collected in a node. This tutorial is highly recommended for a first playthrough in version 3.2, along with enabling help tooltips at the end of the tutorial or in the Pip-Boy under mechanics gaps. Income is primarily two sources. Probably has primarily two sources. For minor countries, a majority of their caps come from flat income. Flat income is granted through economy laws, focus rewards and decisions. You currently earn 10 caps from flat income. The second source of income is through economic nodes, covered later in this tutorial. Every 92 days, quarterly expenses are subtracted from income and then the coffers fill or empty. When net caps income plus expenses are negative and the bank is empty, your country will suffer from economic instability. The cap system can be viewed at a glance. On the top bar, this will show you current coffer of caps. Oh, this one. Alright. When hovered, it will give a more detailed breakdown of your income and expenses, plus the modifiers applied to both. The primary expense in the cap system is military upkeep. Troops cost money, and the more you have, the more each consecutive battalion costs. The recruit and deploy menu shows an estimate of the cost of the troops in your training queue. Some rudimentary units such as militia, robots and lawkeepers cost less per battalion than infantry. These modified costs can be viewed in the recruit and deploy menu. Alright, in times of strife, peace, or capitalistic inspiration, some countries can adjust their army wages, increasing or decreasing their army cost and strength. Army wages can be set as an economic law. These laws have a 140 days timeout between swaps. Economic nodes are the cornerstone of income for larger nations. The state node view can be seen by selecting a state that is part of a node. You currently control 0. Nodes are a collection of member states and a central state. Each node has a level 1 to 10. Alright. As a country with nodes, there's a brief overview. Okay, come on. Gifts of our forefathers. Every settlement is built on the backs of those who came before. Those who managed to scrap a living from the ruins of the old world were defined by what it was that our forefathers left behind for us. And while we can never repay them, remembering where it was that we came from will help us look to our future. Clean water, firepower, 2 arms workshop. Or 2 civilian workshops. Well, we are robots, so we don't really need clean water. Thing is, we are so really bad on everything. Alright, let's go for firepower. In defense of Homestead. Firepower caps resources, all essential to life in the wasteland, and that applies to our nation as well. To survive, we had to focus our efforts and dedicate ourselves to a single common purpose. Right. So this might not be the best idea, since we don't have... Wait. We did get 2 more military factories, right? So... Oh, here we go. Maybe we should stick to the robots. Well, let's build up something, then we'll see. Alright. In defense of Homestead. What kind of city are we? Any settlement worth a damn has something that it does particularly well. Booze, water, guns, you name it. Someone's out there doing it, and making a killing while doing it. But folks like us, we think big picture. We do half a dozen things really well. It's how you stay on top. It's how you become a hotspot settlement. So we are a hub for mercenaries and scoundrels, salvage, metal, water and everything else. A city of vice. We sell whatever someone wants. Army experience gain plus 0.5. Resource gain efficiency plus 10%. And we get a bunch of free materials. Or daily political power stability. Yep, plus 10% stability would be nice right now. Alright, let's go for salvage, scavenger city. This one's done. What will we become? The wasteland lays before us, savage, untamed, degenerate, cruel. We must seek purpose, look at the entirety of a blessed nation ahead of us and tame it. We will honor our forefathers and survive. Not only survive but thrive. Make the impossible come true after the apocalypse. 2 civilian factories for 30 days. Yeah, maybe not right now. Reduce. Alright, what will we become? That's the question on everyone's lips. What will we become? Who do we want to be? Every settlement is a little different. Most just want to be safe. Most just want to be safe. They want to raiders to stop coming. The raiders to stop coming. They want the mutants to leave the area, and they want the water to stay clean. But us, we know that you can't get there without great ambitions. And so we will become powerful, become advanced, we will become wealthy. Justify war goal, construction speed and factory output, research speed plus 10%. Well, research speed is great, but we have 5 research slots as is, and I don't think we will be limited by research. On the other hand, construction speed, even if when we grow, this should be very useful. So let's do that. Oh, alright. I thought these will be exclusive, but they are not, so we can do all of this. Funding the schools. Research speed, plus 3%. Establish a laboratory, another research slot. Okay, so this is the research tree. Max entrenchment, manpower, outpost construction. So military. Add 3 building slots, add 2 civilian workshops. Alright, that sounds like a good investment. Add to infrastructure. Industry technology boost. Okay, I like this tree. And political reorganization. Oh, sorry. Political power. Sell to the elites. Robot city which grants daily intellectual support. Support the people. Power the mayor. Yeah, I think we're gonna start with this one. 2 civilian factories. Sounds nice. You have between 3 and 17 divisions. Can justify war goal. It will take a while. How about these guys? Who are you? Iron Alliance. Wow, it costs even more. These guys? Yeah, I don't think warfare is in the cards for the short time. Although these guys are kinda squishy. Quarterly income report. Alright. Procurement of begin scavenging. Yeah, how do we do that? Need 10. Alright, so we need more money for that. Okay, here. Weekly stability, research speed minus 10%. Weekly stability, weekly war support minus 1%. Yo, our war support is non-existent. Like, I will lose instability. I think we can pass on this for now. stability, weekly war support. So minus 9% stability, wow. No thank you. Same here. And this one. So don't want this, don't want this, and this. Alright. Lenius cohort declared war on Blue Rose Society. I don't think it's someone near us. I wonder if our tree has something to do with this. Desert range is declared on the Vipers. We can get some war goals. Labor treaties. I don't think so. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I don't think we have any political tree which grants us any war goals. Huh, interesting. Interesting. So we finished construction basics. Woodworking is not ahead of time. So let's do that. Finished Ohm's law, which gives us a slight boost to our research speed. And diplomacy distance, refugee assimilation factor, and reinforcement rate. Yeah, let's do combat language. That sounds so well. Right.
War never changes. The Romans waged war to gather slaves and wealth. Spain built an empire from its lust for gold and territory. Hitler shaped a battered Germany into an economic superpower. But war never changes. In the 21st century, war was still waged over the resources that could be acquired. Only this time, the spoils of war were also its weapons. Petroleum and uranium. For these resources, China would invade Alaska, the US would annex Canada, and the European Commonwealth would dissolve into quarreling, bickering nation-states bent on controlling the last remaining resources on Earth. In 2077, the storm of World War had come again. In 2 brief hours, most of the planet was reduced to cinders. And from the ashes of nuclear devastation, a new civilization would struggle to arise. A few were able to reach the relative safety of the large underground vaults.
Robotics here. Yes, please. Yeah, we do have 10 points, so that's fine.
War never changes. The end of the world occurred pretty much as we had predicted. Too many humans, not enough space or resources to go around. The details are trivial and pointless. The reasons, as always, purely human ones. The Earth was nearly wiped clean of life. A great cleansing, an atomic spark struck by human hands, quickly raged out of control. Spears of nuclear fire rained from the skies. Continents were swallowed in flames and fell beneath the boiling oceans. Humanity was almost extinguished, their spirits becoming part of the background radiation that blanketed the Earth. A quiet darkness fell across the planet, lasting many years. Few survived the devastation. Some had been fortunate enough to reach safety, taking shelter in great underground vaults. When the great darkness passed, these vaults opened, and their inhabitants emerged to begin their lives again. One of the northern tribes claims they are descended from one such vault. They hold that their founder and ancestor, one known as the Vault Dweller, once saved the world from a great evil. According to their legend, this evil arose in the far south. It corrupted all it touched, twisting men inside, turning them into beasts. Only through the bravery of this Vault Dweller was the evil destroyed. But in so doing, he lost many of his friends and suffered greatly, sacrificing much of himself to save the world. When at last he returned to the home he had fought so hard to protect, he was cast out, exiled. In confronting that which they feared, he had become something else in their eyes, and no longer their champion. Forsaken by his people, he strode into the wasteland. He traveled far to the north, until he came to the Great Canyons. There he founded a small village, Arroyo, where he lived out the rest of his years. And so, for a generation since its founding, Arroyo has lived in peace, its canyons sheltering it from the outside world. It is home. Your home. But the scars left by the war have not yet healed, and the Earth has not forgotten.
Alright, a little bit of history. I don't think we need any of these right now. There's just one more UX.
War never changes. When atomic fire consumed the Earth, those who survived did so in great underground vaults. When they opened, their inhabitants set out across the ruins of the old world to build new societies, establishing villages, forming tribes. As decades passed, what had been the American Southwest united beneath the flag of the new California Republic, dedicated to old world values of democracy and the rule of law. As the Republic grew, so did its needs. Scouts spread east, seeking territory and wealth in the dry and merciless expanse of the Mojave Desert. They returned with tales of a city untouched by the warheads that had scorched the rest of the world, and a great wall spanning the Colorado River. The NCR mobilized its army and sent it east to occupy Hoover Dam and restore it to working condition. But across the Colorado, another society had arisen under a different flag. A vast army of slaves forged from the conquest of 86 tribes, Caesar's Legion. 4 years have passed since the Republic held the dam, just barely, against the Legion's onslaught. The Legion did not retreat. Across the river, it gathers strength. Campfires burn, training drums beat. Through it all, the New Vegas Strip has stayed open for business, under the control of its mysterious overseer, Mr. House, and his army of rehabilitated tribals and police robots.
Alright, I think this is all the introduction for now. Scout kit is done. Crowd gear. Enables enforcers. Crowd control gear. I don't think we need enforcers right now. But warrior training should be fine. Okay, combat language is done. We can go to improve encryption or decryption. Yeah, let's start with tool procurement. Another war has been declared. Establish trade routes is done. To increase our commercial trades and lay the foundation for future endeavors in those matters, we will spend time and caps toward improving our roads and trails leading to and from our cities. Brahmin convoys as well as trail workers can now travel more easily inside our territory, and with them profit will flow. Alright. Forced trade laws. Factory output plus 3%, and then we can get more infrastructure. Plan for the future. Industry technology boost ×2. Division defense on code. Alright, these are actually nice. Max entrenchment. Plan a wall. Funding the garage. Couple more military workshops is not bad. Military factory construction speed plus 10%. Nice. Okay, let's get this for more factory output. I can begin the scavenging program, so that will give me more civilian factories than one can be used. Manpower minus 50, lose 10k bottle caps. For 19 days I will be losing 2 civilian factories. Alright, let's start with that, we'll see what it does. Political bribes, economic loss cost, conscription loss cost. Construction speed, factory output. Okay, that's actually quite nice. Passive income is bad, but the rest seems okay. We are constructing a lot right now. Leafy-footed spatula-tongued Brahmin mantis. Recently a new pest has mutated from the beautiful ghost mantis. The leafy-foot spatula-tongued Brahmin mantis is disseminating our caravaneers Brahmin throughout our lands. It does seem like there is an easy method to stop the plague, but we should not lose hope. It doesn't seem okay. Trade tariffs minus 10% for 271 days. Wow. Okay, I don't need bribes right now. Construction speed and resources to market. Caps income. Yeah, no. No. Okay, this seems to be all. Some convoys. Again, production. Another war declared. Yeah, I'm not sure about these production priorities. Let's do that. still need a lot more support robots. Okay, you finished training, which is nice. Industry planning is done. So what do we want to do? Go with work is needed or work assignments? Max factories in state. This one gives more. Production efficiency goes down. Factory output plus 12, plus 8. Factory output plus 12. So yeah, these are more of the same. 2, 12, 8, 3. Now all the way up to here. So factory output is good, but production efficiency growth is not great. And this one gives recruitable population factor. Times 7, so that's 4 times 7 is 28% more factory output in this line. And I think since we are very small, we have limited factories, this is the way to go. It's not ahead of time, right? No, okay, good. Unassigned divisions again. Expenses. Right, so militia units are free. Which is good. New California Republic has declared war on someone. Justify war goal. I think we actually want to justify some war goals. Maybe not on these guys, but on some of these. So you have 3. 4 to 11 divisions. '63 political power for 315 days. Wow. And you have, well, much less, so let's do that. Cancel orders. Draw a line here with a battle plan to attack there. And yeah, you can train for now. Our supply situation is not great. Okay, some wharfs just finished. Okay, supply hub price is not quite as ridiculous as in the base game. That's good, but still it's quite expensive. Well, actually it's cheaper than the civilian workshop. I'm thinking about building a supply hub here. So if we prioritize that. September 76. March 76. Another war just finished. Enforce trade laws. Alright. Plus 3% factory output. Good. Add 3 infrastructure in Robot City. max entrenchment plus 5. Okay, let's go for the military. Another war just ended. We've started tool procurement. Wow. So we finished tool procurement. This one. So we can go on this or on this. Production efficiency. So this gives less bonus, but it has more options. Question is, how far will we be able to go? This is industry. Okay, in industry we can go all the way. So in this case the bottom will give us more. So yep. Woodworking is done good. Resource gain efficiency. Military to civilian factory conversion cost. Factory bomb. Vulnerability. Energy cell capacity and population nomadicity. Yeah, I don't think we need any of that right now. Oh wow, there is even more here. Manpower, monthly population, equipment conversion speed, energy cell per gain per energy, resource gain efficiency. Alright, let's get organized agriculture. Human targeting firmware is done. Defense plus 5, max speed plus 5. Yeah, I think this is still fine. Caesar's Legion is gonna be a problem at some point. We have generated 1.5% of world tension? How? Reclamation Authority. Doki Doki has decided to construct a Reclamation Authority devoted to promoting scavenging in the wasteland. This will give our nation expertise in scouring the wastes. Alright, I think this is gonna be this thing. Dismantle scavenging program. No. So we need 100 manpower for that, which we do have. 61 infantry equipment. Oh, by the way, I didn't start producing the support equipment yet. Which I kinda do want to happen. No, wait, support is on the bottom. You don't need, I don't have support equipment. Alright, contact loss is not active, requires 5k bottle caps, minus 50 manpower, minus 50 infantry equipment, Yeah, let's do that. That sounds lovely. March 2276. Alright, you're fully trained now. Okay. We have another one. So let's train him as well. Organized agriculture is done. Multipurpose equipment and resource production. Yeah, let's get both of these. Quarterly income report. Erecting a palisade is done. Okay. Max entrenchment +5. More manpower. Militia commanders, which grants starting level of new army leaders +1. Division organization +10%. One workshop. I think this one gives us 2 workshops, so let's go down this route. Okay, we are still making money, which is nice. Okay, some more warfare is going on. Interesting. Warrior training is done. Good. Basic melee weapon. Which can be used by militia. Production costs 1.5. 1.5 as well. Defense 4, defense 3, breakthrough 1.5, hard attack, max speed, soft attack, air attack, piercing, reliability. So yeah, the difference is not that significant. What else do we have? This one is still ahead of time, although not by much. Anti-tank rifles, wow. Yeah, we'll need to do this. Salvaged car, salvaged motorcycle, wasteland car. Okay, let's unlock the scrap motorcycles. That sounds like fun. 20 divisions, okay. Leafy-footed Spatulaman Tan Brahmin Mantis. Recently a new pest has mutated from... we already had that. Okay, we are exporting a bunch of materials. Multipurpose equipment is done good. Yeah, okay, let's unlock resource production. That sounds like it's gonna be useful at some point. Okay, they do have some... These are ghouls. Alright. Guess we're attacking some ghouls. Work assignments. Okay. Well, let's research some gliders. Gee. Yeah, this is awesome. Old World Blues. Our scavengers have failed to find something, spending weeks in the waste in pursuit of old dreams. The scavengers are so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is. And so they've wasted their times as on a fool's errand. For what? Well, that's annoying. Funding the schools is done, which gives us a research speed bonus. Let's unlock a laboratory and train another army. Well, another division. Can I get some military access? No. People. A ruler. Scrap motorcycle is done. Alright. We're still not in the next year, unfortunately. Scrap salvaged motorcycle. Alright. Oh wow. Yeah. There's definitely been a lot of work put into this. I love it. Trained mongrel. Dog support. Wow. Healing powder. Medical camp support. Logistic support. Manpower. Carry rate. Orc supply usage. You know what? Yeah, let's start on that. Improvised tools is done. It's this one. Okay. Production efficiency. Smoke signals. Alright, let's do this one. Quarterly income report. That's fine. Resource production. Okay. Foundry resource output +2. Purification station and power station. Come on. Right, the idea is going to be to get to 24, to size 20, and then stop. Another war has just broke out. Okay, we've got the glider. Or recon glider. Bigger range, agility is the same, air defense slightly better. Yeah, I don't think we need this thing. Motorized flight. This is still ahead of time. Support is not ahead of time. Makeshift squad automatic weapon. Dynamite. I like the dogs. You can't go wrong with the dogs. Scrap motorcycle. Cheapers. Alright, extra research slot, and let's go for the weapon factories. Specialized warfare. Enables special forces platoon. Fighter detection plus 10%. Well, let's unlock this thing as an option. We still need a bunch of robots. Glider. Naval targeting, naval attack, strategic bombing. So that's a bomb. I do like the idea of having Air Force. Yeah, this justification timer is nuts. Quality or quantity? Supply use minus 0.1, minus 0.01. Cell usage, breakthrough, soft attack, hard attack, hardness and armor. Defense, division, attrition. Factory output. Yeah, I think we are gonna go quantity. Type wanted to... Right, we have some points, so maybe we can do something over here. Army experience gain, automated warfare research speed. Conventional. I'm sorry. Conventional and automated. Those doctrines. Yeah, automated and... Yeah, alright. So, we need automation. Automated. That's fine. Economic advisor. Outpost construction, radar station, anti-air. Infrastructure, naval base. Civilian factor and infrastructure. Yes, please. Now we can get some more. Oh, well, let's wait on that. Production policies. Close air support and bomber. Air equipment technology plus 10%. Bomb plane strategic bombing plus 10%. Oh, these are different. Ship, no. Car manufacturer. Armored personnel carrier. Tank. Motorized vehicle. Airbase, naval base, stability plus 5%. That's not bad. Oh, that's nice. Medical research. Okay, that's not bad either. Power armor technology research speed. No, let's go for this thing. Tulchinsky engineering. Prevo designs. Conscription law. Settlement protection. Economic policy. Yeah, let's go to funding the army. That's all our points for now. Okay. Shivers. Will we have time to actually do this war? And NCR is growing as well. They're probably gonna take Aroy next. Alright. Let's check that you don't have an army. And... oh shit. Activate your battle plan. Where the hell are you standing? War propaganda. Seize on patriotism. No. Okay, this one is actually interesting. Blue stability, gain a lot of research and intellectual support. Thing is, our stability, wow, here super low. War propaganda. Weekly stability, weekly war support. No. No. Resistor is done. Alright. Reinforcement rate. Yeah, I like this one. Logistics company is done. Good. Maintenance support. That should be good for our robots. So let's do that. Funding the garage is done. Good. So that gave us 2 military factories. Okay. Well, let's do political reorganization. You go this way. You go this way. Yeah, you're fine. We aren't quite sure what an index fund is, or if they even exist. Against advice from our esteemed advisor Jeremy, this investment has done great in growing the wealth of our nation. Alright, we just made some bottle caps. Cam just found something. Special Forces technology boost 50%. Okay, let's slow down a little bit while we're at war. Move this way. One of you move this way. Oh, they have actual air support, which we don't. Interesting. Wait, I thought we had an airbase here. Yeah, we do. Where's the icon for that? Right. Cut those guys off. Lord of the Wastes. As a non-major nation, become a major... I am a major nation now? Why? Okay, invest in small business. Yeah, I think this is still fine. Why? I wonder why I'm a major nation. War declared. Not enough manpower or equipment to fulfill our garrisons. Well, first of all, we need to switch to militia for that. Let's go this way. Oh, shit. Alright, that was good. Well, take all. I don't see a reason to pop it. These guys... Oh, shoot. I wonder... Oh no, okay, so it's not like in base game that I can only train my units, well, not train, but what's it called? Deploy my units in my original territory. Support equipment, modify government. Yeah, okay. this thing is broken. Yeah, that's fine. New citizen care package. Resistance target -5%. Daily compliance gain +0.6. Well, we'll see. Justify. 235 days. Cheapers. And yeah, they don't have an army. You have a little bit. You have a little bit. Okay. Right. In the last 60 days, 645 refugees have fled before our conquering armies. 0 refugees have come to settle in our states. Okay, let's train you there. No supply connection from capital. Yeah, 3 days left for that. And please train. Come on. Alright. Monday here. Siege of Hidden Valley. After days of siege, relentless fighting, Hidden Valley has fallen. Mojave Territories was able to take Hidden Valley, though pockets of resistance still exist. The Mojave chapter shall be remembered in history books for its defense of Hidden Valley. Though fruitless, in the end they stood against giants. Fighting to the last man, and it's unsure if this victory was truly a victory of the former Mojave Territories. Was it worth the price that was paid in blood for this land? Wait, what? Must have been a bloodbath. Right. Okay, yeah, and the supply situation here is now perfectly fine. So, this thing is already being built. Which is not ideal. I don't think we are gonna actually need that. Let's put a hold on that for now. A foundry. This building provides the state with scrap. Well, for now, right now I have scrap, so outpost. Attack penalty of -8% for each fort level on the attacker in combat. Well, I can't build roads. Infrastructure. Alright, trained mongrels. Okay, I like that. Okay, let's remove this thing. Trained mongrel. 2 water per factory. Breakthrough, soft attack, hard attack. Yeah, that sounds lovely. I think those will be used here. Yeah, dogs. Robot platoons. Special platoons, mobile. +4 breakthrough, +4 soft attack, +2 hard attack, reconnaissance, HP, org -5. Ooh. Yeah, but that's actually the way to go. How much will be needed for per each? 15 dogs. Ooh, this will take a while. Wait, I missed that. Okay, a little bit of resistance is happening. Hostile takeover of Petro Chico. Another bloodbath in Mexico. Basic well pumps. Good. Manpower, monthly population, and appeal to refugees. Yeah, let's do that. Ooh, these guys are also in a war. Political reorganization is done. Good. Okay, let's develop the roadway. Intellectuals, ruler, elites. 323. Wow. We really need to increase our production. This one is almost ready. Specialized warfare is done. Good. Heavy trooper mountaineers or ranger mounted. Power armor is not really our thing. Well, let's wait on that. Okay, nothing to do here. Robotics. Still ahead of time. Oh, this one is not. Support robot max speed. And reliability booster. Yes, please. Send out manual prospectors. Yeah, okay. Just for roll gold, minus 10%. Well, yes, please. Yeah, this thing keeps happening. train. Maintenance companies is done. Okay, let's get healing powder. Smoke signals, good. Okay, let's get encryption. Logistics. This will require support equipment. HP plus 15, organization minus 5. Recovery rate. These guys. Oh wow, there is more stands there. The training times goes up like a bunch. Yeah, let's wait. Chichen needs an empire. That sounds about right. Okay, here's our Doki's best friend. You have a promotion. Max leader, max army size plus 6. Well, militia plus 10% is not bad, since we are using militia right now. Non-combat out of supply penalty, minus 15%. Entrenchment speed and max entrenchment. How about awareness for plus 100% reconnaissance? Experienced soldier losses minus 10%. Division attrition. No, let's go for awareness. Yeah. Okay. Develop the roadways. Done. Good. Plan for the future. Local pride. Civilian workshop. More resource production. Support equipment production. Intellectual people, ruler, elite. Research speed plus 10%. Factory output and construction speed. Stability of war support. Robot city with loyalty. Daily political power gain. Justify war goal time on us plus 20%. Intellectuals become the ruling party. I'm not sure what that means. Justifying war goal minus 15%. Recruitable population plus 2. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go for the intellectuals. Discourage traders. Yeah, okay, I think I'm fine with this thing. No undesirables. That's interesting. No mutants allowed. Local leaders. Political power gain, military leader cost. Time. Division org justify world goal time. Oh. Hello. Makeshift squad automatic weapon. Okay. Vehicles. Wait. Naval modules. Okay. Yeah, so we can now produce this thing. Which is way more production heavy. I'm not sure. It is better, but 100 attacks after attack breakthrough. It has no breakthrough bonus, but defense and attack are much higher. Screw it. Our militia can't use those, right? No. Uh-huh. Okay, then we stick with pipe guns. Although I will add a line of this as a low priority. Okay, justification, November. Automated distribution. Okay, good. Just going down this route. Seed selection is done, good. Conversion. Power station. Yeah, let's unlock that. Mm-hmm. Right. Scavengers found something. Overall tactics, which grants attack, defense for 180 days. I don't think I'm gonna do another one. They don't bring materials. Because there is like no stockpile of materials, I guess. Training time. Consensus decryption. You probably can't train because you have no... Wait, what is that? Oh, that's fuel. Oh, caravans is what trucks are in the base game. Well then. These just got up on the list. Significantly. Especially since I'm not really using support equipment. Let's pause that. And it here. Fund intellectuals. Okay. Council of Mines grants research speed plus 10%. I like that. Justification of war goes against us by these guys. Um. Okay. Huh. That's not great. Yeah, okay, let's unlock decryption as well. Healing powder. Okay. Okay, let's get tribal huts. Send down manual perspective. No. Resistance to occupation. Nuisance gear package. Let's do that. Thruster engines. Reliability. Okay, we are at war with these guys. Which is not great. Yeah, I'm afraid I'm gonna lose here. Alright, let's get our troops back to this spot. Um, oh wow. Oh, come on. You move here. You move here. Wow. They have like really good troops. Infantry. So they have proper infantry. Alright. Bomb gliders. Yes, please. Reference manual and decode signals. You. Let's try to do something like that. Wow. Wow. Honestly, I did not expect to lose so quickly. Council of Mines is done. And that's it. Okay, that was fun. Just below 2 hours when I was planning to stop the recording anyway, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna try that again. Maybe with these, not with these guys, but yeah. Alright, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.